Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The subject is corporate governance and social responsibility. In today's topic is on the director. That is second lecture on the directors. We will discuss today independent non-executive directors. So, teaching agenda for today's lecture is independent non-executive directors. We will discuss how the independent non-executive directors will preserve its independence, how much numbers are ideally required of independent non-executive director on any board of directors, situation in Pakistan regarding the non-executive directors, criticism that received from management scientists on non-executive director, where to search for non-executive directors in order to hire them, what qualities are expected from non-executive directors. Independent non-executive director, most management scientists and expert on corporate governance believe that efficiency and effectiveness of a board depends upon the members, including independent non-executive directors. So independent non-executive directors can bring efficiency and effectiveness to the board. These independent non-executive directors are expected to be professionals. Professional means they might be engineer, they may be chartered accountant firm, they may be business executive, but they who have hands-on experience. And the presence of these non-executive directors who have experience and knowledge ultimately improve the quality of decisions on the board level. What are the advantages of non-executive director? First of all, independent non-executive director do not represent any particular stakeholder. It represents or it works for the whole company. Whole company means all stakeholders of the company, including society as well. Independent executive directors don't take instruction from management. They decide or they make decision on their professional expertise. They make well-informed decision. They search for information as well. These independent non-executive directors have required knowledge and expertise to participate effectively in the board meeting, and give deliberation on the basis of these knowledge and expertise in order to reach to the optimal decision on any matter. Independent non-executive director should not rely on board proceeding only. But he should visit the company offices as well, because in order to get a sense of the knowledge, to see the asset of the company, to see the culture of the company, the independent non-executive director are encouraged to visit the office. They have the power to visit these offices. If there is sufficient number of independent non-executive directors, it will be in a position to overrule directors. Why to overrule them? Because if there is any inappropriate decision that the executive directors are making in order to bypass the independent non-executive director. So improper decisions can be ruled out only in case if there is sufficient independent non-executive director, but they are professional and have knowledge and professional expertise. Independent non-executive directors balance the representation on the board, balance the view on the board. It may give external view to the company, that what is happening outside the company in the same businesses. It also balance the board on talent as well. These independent non-executive directors provide a suitable people to have a membership at a board level committee such as audit committee, nomination committee, financial reporting committee, etc. Nomination committee and financial reporting committee. This non-executive director is the only bridge between the company and all stakeholders, because other than shareholder, those stakeholders who are not shareholder of the company have no proper forum to record their concerns about the company, to communicate their concerns to the company. These stakeholders can contact these independent non-executive director in order to communicate their concerns about the operation of the company or behavior of the company. In real situation, in United States and Europe and Far Eastern countries, independent non-executive directors receive handsome remuneration. So this handsome remunerations motivate the people to seek career as independent non-executive director. What happened then? There is a pool of professional of NED to serve, who are serving 5 to 8 firms. So this pool of professional is available for the company who hire or who nominate independent non-executive director from this pool. In such a case, if there is solely, if a past people make their career in as independent non-executive director, they will be able to pay enough attention to each company, but independent of management, controlling shareholder, or any other dominant person. In Western countries, one of NED, INED is nominated as senior independent directors who gather other NED and ensure them that they will work collectively for all stakeholders. Apparently, this senior SID work as a vice chairman of VC, means not vice chancellor, vice chairman of the company, but that and have a dominant position to oversee the activities of the management and overall behavior of the company. Situation in Pakistan, such type of practices and even the breed of independent non-executive directors are rare. How the non-executive director will preserve its independence? Independence is basically cannot be achieved through laws and rules. It is a state of mind. Independence. So independence basically need what? It need a level of integrity and force of personality to make him independent. But there are certain guidelines that how to preserve the independence of the company. Independence of the independent non-executive directors. The independent non-executive director should have no link with the management, with any directors of the company, or any relationship with the major shareholders. The independent non-executive director should not have any material interest in the company if the only remuneration is acceptable. If the director have any shareholding in the company, he would not be considered as independent non-executive director. Third is INED should not have independent non-executive director should be not immediate retired or past employee of the company. because there is a chances of familiarity with the management and maybe influence from the management in certain decision. Independent non-executive director should not be connected to other organizations whose have commercial relationship with the company. This is one of the important point, because if the independent non-executive directors are director in any company who have a commercial relationship with that company in which he is nominated as INAD, he is in a position to get contract from the company, get any favor from the company. He should not be a director of other company of the same group. For example, if he is working, let's suppose, in DG Cement is INAD, he should not be director in any of the other company of the Miamansha group. So the final point is the company allow him to remain independent. In developing nation, it is the only controlling shareholder who in a position to allow him to remain independent, and they should listen to his suggestions. How many independent non-executive directors should be on the board? The Combined Code of the UK recommend that half of the board, including chairman, should be independent non-executive director. But in Pakistan or any developing country, to change the prevailing culture, state culture of the companies in Pakistan, the below guidelines is ideally good to have INAD at the board. No more than 1/3 should be non-executive directors. If there is 9 directors, there should be only 3, not more than 3, be executive director. 2/3 of the board should be non-executive. So 6 should be non-executive director. In this, not less than half of the NED. In this 6 non-executive director, half should be independent non-executive. So the INAD should not less than 3. This is an ideal suggestion to have to maintain the balance on the board. Situation in Pakistan. In reality, INAD do not exist in Pakistan. Why? Pakistani companies are basically controlled by families or closed group. So these group do not want to see any person on the board who are really out of their control, who have independent opinion, who have independent view on the company affairs. What will happen if they allow such type of person? These families or close group who are controlling the company according to their own whim and wishes will deprive of the benefit if really independent director present in the board. In Pakistan, we are discussing the situation in Pakistan about INED. So there is no remuneration for INAD. They are just paying the meeting fee. So no pool of professional is available who are much competent to run the board. Only meeting fee is not enough to motivate a professional to become independent non-executive directors. One suggestion was that there should be a salary for the INAD, but it was criticized that salary to INAD can make them dependent on the majority shareholder who will elect him as independent non-executive director. So there was another suggestion that if there is proper remuneration from 5 to 8 companies who are serving, if a person serving him is INAD in raw remuneration, it would attract a professional and maintain independence, and he will not be dependent on any single companies. So 5 to 8 companies served by INAD, he will earn handsome remuneration from different sources. So if he is he lay off from one company, he would not feel any he will not be uncomfortable with it. So he would be hired by any other company as INAD. Pakistani law. The second reason is that people are not want to be INAD. That Pakistani law treat all directors equally. No distinction have been made between the responsibility of executive and non-executive directors. For fraud, executive director should be held responsible, while non-executive directors are not full-time employee, so they should not be held responsible. There are some cases where Security and Exchange Commission of Pakistan bring whole board to the court. So this event also further discourage the professional to become INED. In United States and Europe, institutional investors elect independent non-executive directors. These non-executive directors serve on the board and provide technical support to the company. These INAD are also backed by these institutional investors. And they work as independent non-executive director and oversee the management and safeguard the interest of all stakeholders. While in Pakistan, institutional investors seldom have long-term interest in the company, so then these institutional investors don't bother to have any independent non-executive director in the board of the company. This is the reason, as discussed earlier, that we have no good pool of professionals who could serve as INAD in Pakistan, independent non-executive director in Pakistan. Criticism on non-executive directors. The expert on corporate governance and management scientists feel that INAD have certain advantages, but there are disadvantages as well in developing nation like Pakistan. But we remember this criticism on the practices, not on the concept. Mostly INAD elected lack requisite knowledge and skills to effectively contribute to the board knowledge. This is the case in developing nation. Professionally sound and good INAD don't have a time for money. For example, in Pakistan or any other developing country, the people, highly paid people such as chartered accountant, engineer, cost and management accountant, any person who are highly qualified, such as have an MBA degree and have a 10 to 20 year experience, do not have much time to work on the board of any company. Even consultants don't have a time for the company to work as independent non-executive director. Second reason is that the independent non-executive director have no advantage. The presence of independent non-executive director have no advantage to the company is that low remuneration caused INAD to devote time to the company. So they don't devote time to the company because they are paying just a meeting fee. In developing nation, INAD are elected by controlling shareholder. So they will vote the come on the vote of controlling shareholder. They are not really independent, so they will also vote in favor of that majority shareholder. Sometime it has been observed that one member of the family is INAD, other family member INAD in the other family owned company, and of that other family member become INAD in the first company. For example, it is A company and B company. It is held by two families, X family and Y family have owned this company. So family of Y family member is INAD here in this company, while X family member is INAD in A company. So this reciprocal relationship kills the very much purpose of the independent non-executive directors. Be remember again that this criticism is on practice. It is not on the idea of independent non-executive director on the board. Where to look non-executive directors? Employ the selection process. The company should employ the same selection process as it is followed for hiring the executive directors. Executive directors are passes through proper selection process, and that process should be also be employed for hiring or nominating the non-executive director. There should be a formal nomination committee at board level who have a responsibility or who be vested with the power to elect or hire executive directors, non-executive directors, and independent non-executive directors. What are the sources from which suitable candidate can be hired? Executive directors, non-executive director, or chairman of other unrelated companies will be a suitable candidate for the INAD in your company, let's suppose. Similarly, if there is any retired professionals, bankers, lawyers, chartered accountant, they are ideal candidate for to work as a non-executive director in the board. Retired civil servant or judges are also ideal candidates for non-executive directorship. Socially prominent person who have required skills to work in your board is non-executive director. Services of employment agency may be used to hunt for the suitable candidates to work as non-executive director in your company. Qualities for non-executive directorships. There are some qualities that are expected from all candidates who contest election for non-executive directors. They must have high-level personal integrity and ethical standards, sound judgment and professional approach and decision-making process, ability and willingness to serve as non-executive director. Willingness is necessary. If a person is willing, he would devote time for the to sit on a board and oversee the management activities. Should have good interpersonal skills, because interpersonal skills is necessary because board work is a team. So without interpersonal skills, an executive director will not non-executive director will not be suitable candidate. Can afford to spare enough time to discharge his duty as non-executive directors. Thank you. This was all about today's lecture. See you in a coming lecture.